Do ba 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 do boo do.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to the Memoirs of the Date Nap podcast. Yes.
Hello.
We're two divorced people of color unpacking modern dating, co-parenting, and emotional growth with real stories and therapist insight. Yes, indeed. So, first things first, you should introduce yourself.
So,
what is your name, age, where you from, cultural background?
Geez, that's a lot to unpack.
All the deets.
Just like jump question. Okay. So I'm going to go by J-Flo. I am originally from El Paso, Texas. Woo woo, Choco Town. Yay. I'm very brown. You can't get any browner than me.
There you go.
Okay. I'm very passionate about my culture. I live and breathe it. Music has been such a thing for me in my life as well. I feel like I'm a unicorn, and not in that unicorn way.
Not the unicorn way that you say on date naps.
Exactly.
Not quite.
Not solicited. Or what is it?
Yeah, no solicitation.
No solicitation in that
form.
one. Anyway, don't hit me up like I'm a unicorn. Please don't, okay? I am divorced for approximately a year and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Been separated
There we go.
for 4. Divorce took forever, which... let's just say there was no reason for that.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of money involved.
Okay.
It was more emotional response.
Okay.
I'm not going to say on which parties, because I'm going to be respectful.
Yeah.
Co-parenting is going well.
Oh, and real quick, too, don't forget your educational and career background.
Oh, yeah. I am a licensed mental health therapist. I've been doing that since 2018. I've been in behavioral health since 2013. I've worked in all different types of spaces, crisis, inpatient, outpatient. I have a true, authentic passion for mental health.
There you go.
I love it. I love what I do. And that'll never stop. I mean, you've seen it. It bleeds out sometimes.
It bleeds out.
Just even friendship
or
work. Yeah. Which is not a bad thing, So.
There you go.
Yeah. Your turn.
Okay. And my turn. So yes, my details. I am Trae Young, not to be confused with the NBA basketball player. So that's the reason why I go by
absolutely.
Trae, not Young. So yes, you guys could call me Trae. I'm 42, born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, Southside Arizona.
Just kidding.
Before I got gentrified, that's a whole another story. But yeah, born and raised in South Phoenix, African American, and proud of it.
Shut up.
Proud of it. I know, in case you can't tell from the video, African, very, very, very. I'm black and I'm proud. So, and happy Black History Month. I think it's still Black History Month. But and so yeah, so I think part of what brings the balance and the varied perspective that we can bring to the talking about modern dating apps. So on your side, you are a therapist, and on my side, my unicorn status, I guess, would be my sexuality, identifying as gynosexual. A lot of people have not heard of that term, but basically it's attraction to femininity, no matter the gender identity. Mm-hmm. So you have 2 unique people of color who are going to be able to talk to you guys about modern dating and all the fun things.
I mean, I think it's beyond just that. That definitely adds a whole other layer to it of honesty and what is needed to be said, but just you don't see a lot of people of color besides my conversation, which don't get it twisted. I don't hate it. I love it. But also spirituality sense, I follow spirituality, I'm very spiritual, but I don't follow textbook or the book
Yeah.
in a sense of that, and still I have higher power. I feel like a magic to it and a power to it that's not spoken about, and which actually has been like such a hinder in my like dating career. We'll say career. No, I'm just kidding. But dating like experiences is because a lot of people don't understand even spirituality.
Yeah.
So I can even understand like even for you is like blackmail, like it being like open to so much more. Because like there's so much machismo out there and like
Yes.
male toxicity that it's even hard. Yet for me,
Yeah.
educated brown woman that has been taking care of my own for a very long time to have authentic connections. And I think we should speak about those things. I know I'm not the only woman of color to feel what I feel. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, yes, I'm hyper independent, but I'm not hyper independent in a toxic sense.
Yeah.
Like I know how to be feminine, but with the right people. And I think that gets so misunderstood.
Yeah. And I like how you put that, because that would be the same thing, I guess, from my side, kind of like you said, with the masculinity and being open, and nowhere near like gender fluid or whatever, but being comfortable with who I am. And then that is one of the things. And literally I had a disagreement with ex recently, because we had dated for a little while, and then she found out like after the fact about me being gynosexual, and then she took it like, she was like, oh my God, I didn't know you were gay. And it was like, no, well, that's not gay. And like we got into a whole big argument about it. And then again, it's one of those things of certain people not being open-minded and being very binary in things, and those are conversations that will probably be had throughout the lifetime of the podcast, and we'll definitely dive into some more stuff like that.
I mean, absolutely, but I think a little bit of that was the haterade
yeah,
of the expansion and growth that comes after divorce, especially if you take the time to heal and you do those things, then you should start coming into your own and start feeling good in your own skin. And like you're gonna have the haters come out and be like, that's not who you are.
Yes.
That's not what you should be doing.
you have to fit into my bots as I call it. So
and be like, that's not how you were before. And you're like, yes, bitch, that's why I'm not there anymore.
exactly.
I'm sorry.
No, and actually, that's a good segue. So you guys know who we are now, and I guess a little bit of the background, because yes, both of us are divorced. And actually, if we could dive into that, you also are a single parent. How many kids? Age of your kids,
so I have
and
two
co-parenting?
children. I co-parent with my ex. He's very present, and our the way we did is we actually split the week, which a lot of people find awkward, but like I think that's just out of love of our children, that we don't have to go like 1 week on, 1 week off. So they see both of us like every week, and that's just what works for us. Not the best in like dating life, but my kids are only little for so long, and I want to be as present as much as I can, especially with like my own history and childhood. And we'll get into that later, I'm sure. But you know what I mean. He really is a good dad, and he really does put a lot of effort, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
I just dropped the mic on there.
And I guess on my end, so I have two boys. My boys are 14 and 12 now. Oh my God, I got some teenagers. My co-parenting situation It's interesting. I would say so. Our
They're
situation,
all interesting.
They're all interesting. My co-parenting situation is a 50-50 split, so it's a week on, week off. Every Sunday they rotate back and forth between
Which is the
the
usual.
parents' house, and that's the usual. I've seen some other weirder ones, but
Yeah,
that is
mine's like
typically
really weird.
Yeah, it's straight down the middle. That
Like,
yeah,
mine's like really weird.
yeah.
I hear it all the
It's
time.
unique.
They're like I've even gotten like accused of like, why is it like that?
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with you? And I'm like, what? The hell?
And you had mentioned about how, like, with the split down the middle being difficult with dating, and I would say I've ran into the same thing with the week on, a week off, because then it's kind of the same thing where it's like, the week I don't have my kids, that'll be the time that I can date, see, whoever I'm dating. But then, of course, if you miss that week, then it's like, okay, I got to talk to you like 2 weeks from now. And then also with my situation, both of my kids play year-round basketball. And so even on the weeks that I don't have them, a lot of times...
they don't play basketball. They're like legitimately invested. This is like the pre-career shit.
They
like,
are...
Like, you got to give mad credit. Like, there's like hardcore... like this isn't just like, oh, it's practice. No.
It's
this
definitely
is like some.
It's 15 to 20 plus hours per week, so it definitely is a dedication. It isn't we're not talking rec ball. We're talking AAU school ball. So so nonstop basketball. So I say all that to say that even on the weeks I don't have them, I'm still not
you're
available.
Supporting future NBA players here, guy.
That's the positive. So yeah, I mean,
no. You're supporting future NBA players.
Speaking into existence. That's what we do.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so imagine that. You being 1 week on, 1 week off, okay? Right?
Yeah.
And then I have a split week.
Yeah.
So my days are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
Evening.
Okay.
Because usually I work.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So I get Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and if you have a week on, one off, you get what I'm saying? So I'm probably seeing you maybe 4 times a month.
Yeah. And that has definitely been one of the challenges I have ran into, and I know both of us have ran into that with dating in general, is that especially when you're in a co-parenting situation, it becomes difficult. And like I've tried both sides of the dating. I've done the dating situations where I'm dating someone who has kids, and I have tested it with people without kids, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the people with kids, of course, they have their own co-parenting situation, and then the people without kids, 9 times out of 10, they just don't get it.
I mean, the thing about it is, I have to say, when I have dated people with kids that have been in that situation, it did last longer. And I'm not going to say that it was anything on their part or my part. It was probably just understanding the parts of it. Doesn't mean it didn't, like, have any work. Well, I don't know. But I mean, sometimes, I mean, now I'm all reflecting. And so
Let
I'm
me
like,
reflect for a moment.
I'm getting flashbacks right now.
PTSD.
I'm like, no, they don't care, But, like, seriously, it's just about, like, I think, too, some of the times, like, it's usually about people that I've dated that are a little younger that don't have kids, or, like, their kids live out of state. And so what ends up happening is that, like, what is crazy to me is that, like, I'm supposed to be of convenience. And I'm just saying that as, like, maybe, I don't know if that's just, like, a woman role that's, like, just... I mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm supposed to be a convenience when I've been, like, very communicative of, like, this is when I'm working, this is when I'm off, this is when I don't have kids. But then, like, that doesn't get respected.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, if I don't show up out of their convenience, then, like, I ain't shit.
Yeah.
And, like, it's almost sad that it has to be minimized to that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've had the same experience like that.
So, and I would say the situation in dating people who also have kids, I think the challenge I've ran into going back to, my kids being so invested in the basketball and also being young and it being them being they're the driven ones. I'm just kind of helping them on the journey, as opposed to like the sports dad that's dragging the kids out. You have to do this, you have to do that. The challenge I have
No,
ran
you already
into,
did that part. That's
Yeah.
why they are there where they
yes,
are.
that is correct. That is correct.
And like, it's funny that you feel like you have to explain
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah,
Like,
and
even
so,
in this light, like, why would you have to explain that?
Yeah. And so the challenge I have ran into with certain women who are co-parenting, I've ran into persons, yeah. I've ran into situations where there's, for lack of a better term, some jealousy, I think, in the sense of, one, how dedicated of a dad I am. And I think there's like some triggering there with them of like, you know, how invested I am with the kids. And then also, I've ran into some instances where some people have had their kids aren't really that motivated and really not doing anything with their life. And then that's triggering how busy my kids are. And that has seemed, I had a,
so I feel the same way on the
Yeah.
other spectrum.
Okay.
So, like, you saying jealousy. So, like, I do feel like it does bring out insecurities
Yes.
of the other person.
Yes.
Right? Especially, like, you know, I work technically 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time, but most of the year I do. And then I, you know, do as much as I can with my kids. And, like, and sometimes I'm just not, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's about, so when, I mean, that is like a red flag. Like, if they're not willing to respect you and understand you where you're at or meet you where you're at.
yes.
And it's funny because I'm a therapist, right? And that's what we talk about all the time is like meet the client where they're at.
Yeah.
Right? And even like as a supervisor that I've been and a trainer for a lot of other therapists, like I literally have to train therapists to have them understand what that actually means. Because they don't always understand that either. And like people don't really know what that means, like to meet people where they're at.
Yeah.
Like you just have to it literally means that you're listening
Yeah.
to what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then you're responding to that.
Based off of that.
Based off
Yeah.
of that.
Effective listening and effective communication.
Active listening.
Yes, active listening.
And then even like a reflective listening to like I active and then I reflect so that I can say it
Yeah.
back either internally or externally, right?
Yeah.
And then to be like so that it's like comes from that space of like true understanding.
Yeah.
And then but what people don't do is they don't take that, incorporate it, and how do I do that with my life? How do I incorporate that into like what I'm doing or how is this going to work or how is this going to mesh? Because that's always a question. Like, I know you know that too. Like, you're talking to somebody like you're, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I dig this person and you're like, how is it going to work?
Yeah. Yeah. How are we going to blend these lives together?
You live 50 miles away. Like, how is that going to work?
Yeah.
And you're week on, week off, and I'm half week.
Exactly. And it's funny because, like, I have ran into two situations in particular I can remember with kind of those insecurities kind of coming up with the parenting and all that. I had one woman who she wasn't into basketball. And so, yeah.
That's like a no.
Wasn't it? And that's the thing.
Bro,
you
like,
don't,
no, come on.
You don't have to love basketball, but with how integrated it is into my life, you got to be able to at least tolerate it. And she literally told me one day, she was like, I don't like sports, so, like, I would never go to any of your kids' stuff. But, like, my son...
And you're done. And you're done.
She was like, and my son, with, like, his academic stuff, I would expect you to come to those events. And it was
and
like...
you're done.
That doesn't work. Like, we would have to meet in the middle somewhere.
First of all, the audacity of her to like even like speak that aloud.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And then expect you to be like, okay. Like, that's what's crazy.
And I had another woman, because that was the nice way that someone put it to me once. I had another woman that I was dating. She lived super far. We would hang out, on the weekends that I didn't have the kids. And her son was in high school, really didn't have any aspirations to do anything with his life. Just,
That's
kind
all
of
parent
smoke.
shit, by the way. But anyways,
He just kind of just smoked weed, didn't really have any like ambitions of what he was
I'm
going
dead.
to do going forward. And she literally one day, because she would come by like on a Saturday, the boys would have their games on Saturday. I film all the games, I upload it
That
on
was
YouTube.
booty. That was just booty.
She came over one day, and she knows I have to finish editing the videos or whatever before I could actively engage with conversations with her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, whenever you're done with your stupid basketball shit, then we could go ahead." And it's like, and that was definitely the start of the end of it, because again,
The start of the end
that
of
was
it.
I
The
wanna
start of the.
I want to say
Trae.
that might have been the last weekend we hung out. So that's why I say the start of the end. We weren't together for much longer after that. But it was definitely one of those situations, like the audacity of it. And a lot of it, again, is insecurities, because your fucking son is just a weed head about to drop out of school. And yeah.
No, that just speaks of why her
Yeah.
son is like that. I don't know you. I'm not saying anything, but I am. My kids aren't like sports driven or anything, but they're very like other realms, school, and heavy on that and stuff. And I'm still very invested and present, and it's very important to me to be present just because of my own background.
Mm-hmm.
So like, even if it's just like that's why I'm like, I don't really go out on Fridays. Like, I don't put the expectation that I'm gonna go out with you every Friday. Because I don't have my kids all the time.
Yeah.
And they're only little for so long.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And if you don't appreciate that, then you don't really know a good woman. I'm just saying,
That's real.
jump. You
That's
know what I
real.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
like, I'm setting expectations for my kids because my son's supposed to marry a woman like me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You are supposed to be the example.
I'm supposed to be the example for my son.
This is the bar. Like,
Right.
You're not supposed to date lower than this. This is what the bar is.
I had no dad growing up. I had an amazing grandpa. Amazing grandparents. Don't get it twisted. I had amazing grandparents. In and out of my life, but steady after like 15. But like after that, I was already like a lost soul. We'll get into that later. But like, I don't want to repeat that or have that generational trauma, right?
Exactly.
So I try to be as present as possible. Not that I'm perfect at it, but I try. And like, that's why I have certain standards and boundaries and expectation of like, this is how dating looks. And like, that's a big deal for people to like, that can't handle.
Yeah.
And I literally think it's because of like all the options.
Yeah.
Well, I just got like 4 likes today, so I'm just gonna try that instead.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to get into the dating apps too in a minute, but before we get into the dating apps, just to kind of, I guess you could say, put an end cap on the divorce segment, for lack of a better term. Quick question. What do you think is one major lesson that you learned from the divorce and then going into dating? What was a major lesson that you learned with your divorce?
So probably the biggest lesson that I learned from the divorce was like to set hardcore boundaries.
Very key.
And like, even from people that I thought were in my corner. It exposed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Second, God's got me.
That's real.
Like, strangers came in and helped me when the people that got me
disappeared.
Were so quick to not be there. Then the ones that gave me advice too, just saying. So yeah, I mean, it pushed me into healing. It pushed me more into my spirituality.
Oh, that's dope.
But I had to be willing to accept all that.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say it was easy.
Yeah.
But, like, I was, like, so just crushed that I allowed whatever was going to come through to come in and welcome it and, like, allow it to help me change and heal and grow. And, I'm so grateful for that.
Okay.
Like, I was able to come into my own spirituality and come into a place that is never, it's not defined, so you're not going to find out, but it's my own, and I like combine a lot of things of like growing up, of how I grew up, and just other things, and just like coming into that, and it's been so helpful and healing.
That's dope.
Your turn.
That's dope. I would say my major lesson is from the divorce and the relationship, how it kind of fell apart, was communication is not enough. Effective communication, active listening, and engaging. Because that was how. So the marriage that I was in was never perfect from day one, nothing like that. But I was in one of those situations where I thought that I had a real good thing. I thought that like we had this great non-toxic relationship that didn't have too many issues or anything like that. In marriage, yeah. And
I was totally opposite.
So with my situation, I remember I would be the guy who, like, you know, hanging around with, you know, my bros, and they're, you know, complaining about their women and, oh, you know, my girl do this and then my girl do that. And I would never have anything to complain. It's like, yeah, me and my, you know, wife, we don't ever argue. Everything's all good.
So maybe like an unawareness.
So, and what I think I ended up learning once we finally had our big hiccup, and then we went to marriage counseling.
Then all the cards were out.
Everything came out. And so that was the thing, like the entire time in the relationship, anytime my feelings were hurt or anything, I always brought my problems up with her. Like, hey, I'm upset about this, wherever, and all that. And what I found out through the marriage counseling was she wasn't doing that with me. She was acting like everything was kosher, and then she would go to her friends and family and complain about things. So then, like, when the marriage fell apart, I had a conversation with her sister later on. Her sister, you know, I was like, oh my God, I was blindsided, you know, by the situation. Her sister was like, you know, oh my God, how can you be blindsided? She was, you know, bringing up these various things. It was like, I never heard any of that from her. She told y'all, but never told me.
And I'm pretty sure it'll pop up.
Yeah.
Right? As a woman.
Yeah.
Who say shit to their men all the time and not ever feeling heard or validated.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure my ex would probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
But I know I told that motherfucker a whole lot of shit a lot of fucking times.
Yeah.
So I wonder, and not a question on character.
No, go ahead.
Just reflection.
Yeah.
Right? Is that like, did she do and say things and you just didn't notice?
No. And the reason why I could say with a definitive fact that she did, so like as the divorces we were going through just before the separation happened, I started to see more of the real side of her, in the sense, and one of the things that she had did, which was very difficult. So when you know, we had our big blow up, and she started stonewalling me, and she stonewalled me for like 6 months before I moved out the house. Like, she would not speak to me at all in the house. But what she was doing, she would put on this act where we'd be like, of course, both of us are at work all day. Then once we got off work, you know, it's time for the boys' practice. And we'd be in public around people, and she would act like, you know, everything was good. And, you know, we'd laugh and joke and everything would be good. And
Which is normal.
Yeah. And then the second we would get in the car, it was kind of like insane. And then she would go back to the stonewalling.
She's like, fuck your ass.
Yeah. And so...
That's exactly what she did.
And so...
I hate you. Don't fucking talk to me.
And so I say that to say... And so I say that
sorry,
to... No, you're good. And I say that to say...
It's a podcast. Like,
yeah.
Like, speak about that shit. I know, I've been there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, out there.
No, and
I'm like, I fucking hate you, you asshole.
No, and I say that to say, because I know that is the...
I'm just like...
I know that's the thing. A lot of women have issues with men just like not being active listeners, but like it was literally because she avoids conflict at all costs. So she was one of the people who would kind of like, I would rather brush it under the rug.
I mean, essentially, that is not avoiding conflict.
And so,
if you think about it, she's like
exactly.
thirsty for conflict.
Yes.
She's like, I'm not going to look at you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to say shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait for your ass
Yeah.
to fucking say something.
Yes. So like, I can do something to then, that way, then she could kind of play victim, if you will.
I mean, I don't know the logistics.
Of course.
I'm saying from a woman's point of view, and been on the other side of kind of the same, in my own marriage, of certain situations.
Yeah.
I was very vocal. That motherfucker knew he was up all the time. Like, I can't. I'm a Gemini. Like, I can't help it.
And I'm a Gemini too. And so, yeah.
So, like, I cannot not speak. Like, I just can't.
Yeah.
And so, but he's, what's before Taurus?
Pisces?
Pisces.
Yes.
So.
The mysterious kind.
He was, look, there was no cheating, or nothing like that. He was a very good man.
Yeah.
He's still a very good man. Just not very emotionally dateable for a very emotional person.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I know there's been times like that I felt the same way of like, there's just no point, right? And so I just would shut down and recluse and like and so it would just be like the haterade coming out, like Superman, like like fucking say something, bitch. Like I need you to fucking say. I need you to see.
Yeah, see that I'm upset.
See the horror inside, just not horror, terror inside. You know what I mean? And so then you don't. Then that just feeds into more of like already probably negative thoughts that I'm having, like negative perceptions of things that are happening. Even though I probably was, and I'm saying in your light, not in mine, but like for her, she was like never really vocalizing it. So then she's like, well, I've said like one or two things, but then like spilling to everybody else in the family, and that's crazy.
And I do know that she, as I learned about attachment styles, I do know that she was a avoidant attachment style. No way. And that was one of the things that then did trigger me. And actually, we could segue into the next bit of thing about dating, how dating life is after getting divorced. And that was one of the traumas, the PTSD situations I had after getting out of a relationship, was trying to make sure that I didn't run into another avoidant, because, and again, never trying to act like I'm perfect, but that was one of the situations that always like fuck with me, is that like I can be in a situation where I'm dating someone for over a fucking decade. I think that we're actively communicating, but she is avoidant, and she's avoiding certain situations until shit hits the fucking fan, and then now the relationship is damaged and broken and all that, when I didn't even know that there was a crack in the dam, because there was not effective communication going back and forth. And so that was one of the challenges, and that's one of the, I guess you could say, red flags. One of the things I always look for as I'm dating and getting to know someone. If I see a glimpse of possible avoidance in them, I start to kind of shrink and like, oh shit, this may be another fucking avoidant.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that like avoidant, like attachment, like is, I think, from your trauma of it, right? Is that like what you should reflect on is what you didn't see, the things you should have seen and you didn't see, right? And I think for you in your place of like healing from it is that like just, I mean, dating's hard, right? We know that. So it's really easy to recluse from it, like pull back. Like if there is like any warning signs or like things where it's not feeling like it's fitting, like, I mean, we know how easy it is. People just like pull the fuck back. They're just like, I'm out later, and then you're like,
this is difficult.
I'm like, what?
First issue, let me run.
Yeah, I'm like, what happened, dude? You know what I mean? How are we ever supposed to get to know each other, right? I think a lot of people don't see too that you have your own like attachment styles. Yep. I don't really like that saying like the way it's broken down too much, because I think it's deeper than that. Than just being an attachment style. I mean, it comes from like trauma, like
childhood trauma and everything.
Yeah. I know for me, in mine that I learned from was like how much my trauma was now like really exposed in dating, right? Because I have like abandonment issues, and like rejection was like a motherfucker for me, you know. And like when I started dating, I was with my ex for almost 12 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me and mine were together for 13.
So like dating, it was like a online dating. What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, I could just swipe, and I think because of being so vulnerable out of the divorce and all the things, like, and like the insecurities like definitely were like shown in myself, that I wasn't privy to before because I'd been in this relationship for so long. So I'm like, oh, look, I'm going to read this bio and see all the pictures and believe it and create a whole story in my head. And then I'm going to swipe and then we're going to talk. And I'm like, oh my God, here's my unicorn. And it's like magical and like all the things. And then like ghosted.
Yeah.
For no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, online dating like makes you have a fucking hard shell.
Yes. In my experience since the divorce and with the dating apps, I've ran into that too. And I think the challenge that I have had with dating is you'll get on dating apps, you'll match with a handful of people, you'll chat with several people, you may exchange numbers with several people and have various people that you're talking to at various levels, if you will. And then I would do that where there's someone one of the people would stand out, you come up with this fantasy thing or like something aligns in a certain way and it's like, oh my God, is this a sign from God? Like this is the person here. Like, oh my God, is this the one? And then I would make the mistake of then putting all my eggs in that one basket and then kind of stop talking to everyone else. And then that situation then ends up not working out because I created this fantasy in my head.
But I actually don't think that's so bad because I think that's what's wrong with online dating now is that like I'm not saying exactly.
Yeah.
Too many options. Like I'm not saying putting all your eggs in the basket, but like you're not really investing yourself because you're like, oh, there's a red flag, I'm out, ghosted, and then on to the next. You know what I mean? And like as a woman on the other side, an attractive woman, okay, I'm not trying to be conceited, but like I do get a lot of matches. Yeah. I get a lot of matches.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm telling you a lot.
A lot. Okay. I'm not a thin woman. I'm not white. I'm heavily tattooed. You know what I mean? And my profile, like I have a whole thing on there that's like all my red flags. Okay? And I still get matches. Mind you, I put at the end of my profile that shows that
read through this first and then, okay.
That shows they don't really like read the whole thing. But anyway, I put it out there just for my own like intel. But it doesn't mean like I can have a whole bunch of matches, but like I put on my file like I'm not gonna message you first because I want to see if you're gonna have initiative. I don't put that on, but I put I'm not gonna message you first because I want to see this actual initiative. And like still like I'm like I still get the what are you doing? I'm like, and I will literally say I'm at home chilling. Yeah. With my kids watching a movie. Yeah. Can I come?
Can I come through?
Bitch, I'm 45 years old. You want to come to my house? I don't know your ass.
Yeah, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Yeah, that's not step one. Coming to my place is not step one.
But I'm getting off track here. But the whole point is that like it's about options. Yeah, yeah. And so it's the same thing like social media and like all the things. It's just so quick, instant gratifications. Yeah. And you're not investing the time and the authenticity to find out truth. Yeah, and not even truth of yourself.
Yeah, and not willing to put in the work. Because I've seen that too, where I do think that's a bit of the challenge with the online dating apps is such a supply of stuff coming in that you could meet someone and let's say you have this, hey, I have this checklist of these 10 things I'm looking for. And it's like, hey, I met this person and they check off 7 of the things or whatever. It's not too many red flags, but, 7 of the things. And then you run into one small roadblock, which may not be that big of an issue, but since there's that instant supply of being able to go back to the dating apps, a lot of people won't go through those hard roads or anything like that to get to know anyone because it's like, oh wait, this isn't the perfect situation. Okay, I'm just gonna hop back on the app and keep swiping until I find something better. And that is a bit of the challenge and why I think a lot of the online dating tends to not work is because again it's superficial in the way that you're interacting with one another, and it's not the same as having that chemistry, meeting someone at a club, and then, just having that instant chemistry and then building up from there. And then once you run into a roadblock or something small or whatever, you can build and go, beyond that, if you will, as opposed to the online dating it's fucking crack. Like.
I mean, I'll say that for one.
Yeah.
I'll say prior to that is the manipulation and the breadcrumbing and the like whack ass people on there. The ones that are authentically just trying to scoop, trying to spread their like unhealthy self over the map. They're like in marrying and like doing, you know what I mean? And like coming for actual single people, you know what I mean, that are looking to like find a relationship, and they manipulate and they do all these things to make you believe that, and like just like breadcrumbing. I didn't even know what that was, dude.
Yeah.
But I was very victim of it for a very long time, and that shit was brutal.
Yeah.
And like,
is breadcrumbing and love bombing is different.
No, there has to be love bombing to have breadcrumbing.
Ah, okay.
So you have to have love bombing because that's how you get sucked.
Yeah.
And then you love bomb.
Okay.
And then you breadcrumb after.
Ah, okay.
To keep it going.
Okay. I fall victim to the love bombing. I still struggle with that.
So you do it?
No. I if someone love bombs me, I fall for it. But
see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's so hard when you come from an authentic place, and I believe in love, right?
Yes.
Like I believe in love. I believe in the power of love.
Yeah.
When it's authentic and real, and I want to believe in love.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bitter. Like, look at me. I don't look 45. It's because I'm not fucking bitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be bitter.
Yeah.
And resentful.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to believe that there's positivity in the world, there's love in the world, there's goodness in the world.
Authentically, I have to.
Yeah.
I work in the depths of.
Yeah.
Of like. I work in the depths of the world, and not the community, point blank.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I have to come, and I work in a place of like trying to heal people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And trying to help people heal all the time doesn't mean that I don't want some healing for myself, like I want to feel love and I want to see it out in the world, and I project it to my clients all the time, and I do all kinds of crazy stuff, but like you got to come out of it and be like, I want to see the light of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like and people gravitate to light.
Yes.
And that
Very much
energy.
so.
And they will try to suck the shit out of it.
Yes. And that actually...
And they usually be good at it, too.
And that reminds me when I was... So after I got done with marriage counseling, and after the divorce, I had to rebuild myself up. And that was one of the things I had learned in therapy. That was one of the conversations that we had. I was like, I don't really have a type. I was like, every single person I've ever dated, no one looks the same. Everybody I've ever dated looks completely different. But the thing that I did learn is that with my attachment style, for lack of a better term, I do often run into a lot of the people who do the love bombing. And I'll kind of gravitate towards that. And as my therapist joked with me, I'm Mr. Captain Save-A-Ho. I'll see a woman in distress, she'll get to love bombing me, and I'll run to like save the day with her, and then she'll be a fucking energy vampire sucking the energy out of me until I have none left, and then she leaves and then finds that supply elsewhere.
Which is funny because I find it like opposite. Like I can't ask for help. I can't even say what I'm going through. Like I don't even feel comfortable like expressing the stress of my day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like then I feel like I seem thirsty or needy or insecure or like or like in that sense. And that's because I've been hyper independent for a long time. But
makes sense.
I always think it's funny because I do like when I have dated, it's like, can you be submissive? You know what my response is? If you have to ask, you're doing it all
you're
fucking
doing it all
wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't like love bomb. I know that. Like, I don't even know what that. Like, I mean, I've been victim of it, but I don't even know like how to do that without the intention.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be a love bomb. It would just be out of intention.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But, like,
Yeah.
how to do that unauthentically.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be, like, a really evil motherfucker,
You have
I
to
feel
be.
like.
You have
And,
to
like,
be.
you know what that is? That's hurt people hurting other people.
Hurt people. And the last time I got love bombed actually was November of last year. So,
You're fired.
What?
You're
Oh
fired.
no, actually it was October. It was October. My bad. It was
Dude,
October,
it doesn't
but
matter.
yeah,
Like, why are
but
you still going through that? You weren't even dating for so long.
And that was my final like lesson to kind of realize that okay, you fell for it again.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie though.
Shit.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'm not gonna lie though, because even now, because of the scars of love bombing, I'm like, is this real?
Yeah.
Is this like real? Like,
See,
and that's what's fucked up. That is really what's fucked up.
And what I'll kind of, when you're a good person, you see the best in people, you see the potential in people. And I think that's the reason why sometimes you want the best out of people. And that'll be some of the reasons why falling for the love bombing. And so, like, the situation last October, last fall, or whatnot, I had met this chick, and we hit it off real well. And it was actually funny because, again, talking about, trying to see signs from the universe. One of the things as the year had progressed, I was like, I'm going to stop, like, aggressively pursuing. I was like, whoever, my person is, they're going to aggressively pursue me. And I had literally, like, I had manifested that. And it was like the next week I had matched with someone and the conversation hit off real well. And then she was like, I need your number. And it was like, oh man. So I was like, oh my God, this is my sign. I had just asked for this last week.
Oh Lord.
And
Test.
Yes.
He said, oh, that's what you want? Oh, but you don't want to be love bombed?
And so then we met, and then we went on a date to Bookman's, which is they have books, video games, all the vintage
I
stuff.
don't even get asked on dates. That's what's fucked up. It's like, hey, let's meet up. Literally, the last one was like, let's meet up in a parking lot.
No, that's wild.
Just to meet,
No,
and then
that's nefarious.
and then we'll see if we'll go on a date.
That's nefarious.
Motherfucker was like 58. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, that's looking for a hookup. That's what that is. But no, and how she love bombed me. We went to Bookman's, and like we were into all the same stuff. We were all into our childhood.
Okay, first of all, that's what you need to check.
What?
If they're like, yeah, me too. Well,
no, and
like, prove it.
So
prove it.
It was
where's the receipts?
It was authentic because as we were looking at certain things, I was like, oh, I remember that from my childhood. And then she would be like, oh, yeah, me too. And then she would elaborate on it. But when she would elaborate, it was like, oh, she is being genuine. Like, and so it was not only just her saying, oh, yeah, me too. She had the receipts of like we were talking about the old Sega Genesis video game Echo with the dolphin. And I was like, oh, I remember that game. And she was like, oh, yeah. And it was
I don't remember that game.
See,
I remember Earthworm Jim.
See, that was a popular one. But Echo was it was an underrated one. A lot of people didn't know Echo. And then so she knew it and she was able to describe it. It was like, oh shit, you know what the fuck, like, so oh my God, we're on the same page. And then it was like all the video games I was into. She's like, oh yeah, we can play those games and we can watch these shows together. And like, I was like, oh my God, I found the one. And then...
Oh, see, that's where you went wrong.
And I didn't say it to her,
one.
but in my head...
But in your head, you said, I found the one.
I was like, I found the one. And then I had got laid off from my job. The layoff situation happened.
Oh, so super vulnerable.
So that was super vulnerable. And then she had hit me up, and we were supposed to hang out. And she was like, "Oh, I kind of got a lot going on." And she was like, "I'll follow back up with you after the holiday season. It's a lot going on." And so again,
see, like, to me, if you are feeling connected with somebody, right?
Yes.
Like, I would be like feeling, and if I felt like you were in a space of somebody that I wanted to grow with, right? I'd be like, these are the things that I have going on, and like having you in a place of comfort and like talk to.
Yes.
And like, hey, I'm stressing out, like like best friend shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like, if I hear, I can't talk to you right now, I'm going through too much, I'm like,
it's a red flag. Yeah.
No, you're not invested.
See,
and
that
I don't really mean shit.
Yeah, and that was the lesson learned, because kind of like I said, that the universe will give you a test, and like I was like, oh man, I'm completely healed and this is what I'm looking for. It was like, bam, it was like, see, you're still falling for the same traps. And so that was the final little wake up call that I did need. And I think I'm good. I think I'll get
So
on.
how are you going to change it moving forward?
So changing that moving forward, one of the things I definitely do is I don't put my eggs all in one basket, and I don't
Mentally.
I don't mentally, yeah. And I am more patient, and I stop. What's the best way to put it? Stop going off of the fantasy in my head and go off of what's actually going on. And we had a conversation last week when we were talking, and we were like, hey, we should start a podcast. And I had mentioned about someone who, I had dated a couple years ago, and then she kind of came back into my life and apologized for the situation. And so with that, like when we initially hung out, we were dating, like things were going pretty well. And then she kind of ghosted me. And then here we are 2 years later, we kind of ran back into each other. And old Trae would be like, oh yeah, see, it's meant to be, she's back. New Trae is like, as I told her, I was like, yeah, so we could definitely, hang out, we can get to know each other, but I was like, we need to build up trust, and I'm not going to put like all my eggs into it, like, oh man, this is going to work this time. No, I'm gonna be patient, and I'm gonna go into it with good intentions. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, there's no way this is gonna work, but I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself, and I'm going to go off of what is actually being presented to me, as opposed to living off of fantasies in my head.
Well, I think a lot of it too is that we stop investing in ourselves to try to invest into somebody else, right? Mm-hmm. And yes, we should make space, but I think that it also speaks to like how much we're really still working on ourselves. Like if we're not working on ourselves for this like growth and healing, then we're going to still be attracting the same bullshit over and over again. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I know for me, myself, in this journey of it, is that, like, I take step backs, and I, like, stop dating, and I stop doing all that, and I will just, like, sit with myself and, like, be okay with doing the 100, like, artistic things that I do, and, like, be in that space of it, because then that still means that I'm still growing as an individual. And I feel like when we're still growing as an individual and, like, being in that space of it, then we're putting out a different energy. And then when we put out different energy, then we're going to receive different energies. You know what I mean? Because, like, there is this kind of sad space in us when, like, we're sitting and waiting for the one.
Yeah.
Instead of just being okay that we are the one, and the one will come when we are okay with being one.
Yes.
With ourselves.
Yes.
And I think that doesn't take as literal as it should, and the power behind that as it should.
That's real. And you got to drop the message.
We're dropping the mic.
Message. and on that note, I think that's a good close for the pilot episode. And so, hope y'all enjoyed the pilot episode of Memoirs of the Dating App. Dating, personal growth, cultural perspective, therapy, informed storytelling for divorce professionals. That's the tagline. Add that somewhere,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And make sure y'all interact with us. You can email us at memoirsofthedatingapp@gmail.com. Engage with the content on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're going to have videos, all kinds of stuff. And of course, we want to hear from you guys.
I got playlists.
Yeah, playlists. We got tons of stuff. So definitely tap into us on all of that. And honestly, if any of that is too difficult to remember, you can go to our Linktree account, and that's linktr.ee/memoirs of the dating app, and all of the links to all of the social media stuff is there. And tap in.
Also, please tell us your stories too. We'd love to hear from you guys and discuss, and let's all share and expose the truth of online dating.
Let's all learn and grow together.
Let us all come from a place of healing.
So, until next time, one.
Peace out.
Do ba 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 do boo do a boo ba doo ba doo, boo boo ba doo. A doo ba doo ba doo, a doo ba doo ba doo doo doo. A doo ba doo ba doo, a doo ba doo ba doo ba doo ba doo. A doo ba doo ba doo, a doo ba doo.